There's an old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But I think that this institute has changed that. I think you can, and the reason I say an old dog, this is my 22nd year here. And there's still learning opportunities, and I have found that out by participating in the institute, especially sharing ideas with our other faculty that were here in our college. I know the difference between a clicker and a clapper now. But the ideas that I've picked up from the faculty and the institute, attending the institute, is certainly going to enrich the learning opportunities for my students.
Well, I guess the one thing that I found beneficial was the interdisciplinary nature of the activity. So working at a table with a colleague from a different department and someone from the library, there was kind of a tendency for someone who had actually taught this course before, which I actually haven't, to want to keep it the same. It's like, well, this is what I do. And I think by having the library person there and then me there who has never taught this course, I think we were able to come up with something like different. But there was an inclination for people to just want to revise their course. And I think having the groups with a variety of different departments represented made that happen less than it might have otherwise.
I would say that if you think about it, it was both intradisciplinary, that is to say, within our own courses that we're teaching or my own area, although at my table I was the only person from that discipline. But I did get to talk to Jean, for example, who is from our discipline, about what was going on. But interdisciplinary, and particularly for the course that I was working on, which is the leadership ethics and management course. So we had really some wonderful discussions because we came from different backgrounds. Been a long time since I taught that course, and I learned a lot. But the big thing was, how are we going to integrate this? And I think that came out later in a discussion of how we integrate it with each other as faculty members, but also how we're going to integrate that across the curriculum too, which was very important.
When I first read about this, and a couple days before, I was sort of dreading it. I expected to be bored to tears because I'm an old curmudgeon professor, and I thought I had heard all this stuff before. But old habits don't die hard. From the very first day, I could see this as something that made sense, that my old paradigms of putting a course together I'm an old dinosaur when I looked at this material and realized that I could increase the rigor of my course and make it more meaningful for me as a teacher and more meaningful for my students. And I was appalled at how closed-minded I had been in the past, and that's the primary benefit of coming to this institute, was to have my paradigm not shifted, but broken apart into millions of pieces and then reconstructed into one that I could see making my life as a teacher much more rewarding.